Hi, I'm Juliano Rodrigues from Rio, Brazil. This lesson is for week 1 of Introduction to Music Production at Coursera. I'll be teaching audio basics, propagation, amplitude, frequency, and timbre. Just a broad overview. Every student of production music needs to know some of the basic properties of sound. What you're going to look is about propagation, amplitude, frequency, and timbre. Propagation. Sound can go through air, it can go through metal, it can go through water, and each one of those mediums, it actually goes at a different rate or different speed. And it does take time for sound to get from one place to another. Now, there are many properties of air that can change the rate of sound. Temperature, humidity, your elevation, whether you are at the sea level or up a couple miles from home. Sound generally travels at 3,400 meters per second. That also works out to be around 1 foot per millisecond, 1 kilometer in 3 seconds, or 1 mile in 5 seconds. All the producers need to know a little bit of propagation, because a lot of what we do with sound effects like delay, reverb, phaser, and flangers are actually all related to this idea of propagation. Our idea and our sense of space is actually based on this idea of propagation and reflection. We need to know more about the sound reflection of objects and taking time to get there in a different amount of time from all those different surfaces. Amplitude. There are many types of waves, kind of at a right angle to the direction of propagation. We have high amplitude waves and low amplitude waves. So amplitude is the extent of compression in real fraction of the air. Compression is the amount that the air is getting more dense as the wave moves by. The higher the amplitude, the louder it is. Amplitude is measured in decibels or dB, and there are numerous places in our signal flow where we do measure amplitude. We're gonna see difference between amplitude and loudness. Amplitude is something measurable by a computer, and loudness is our perception of that. And actually, our perception of amplitude is a very complex thing and include many other factors like mostly duration. How long has this been loud for? And also frequency we hear. Amplitude is different, the lows and the highs. And loudness, which is the human perception of amplitude, which is related to things like duration and frequency. When producing music, amplitude becomes a primary concern. Our functions of mixing is largely based on controlling the amplitude of many tracks and making them relative to each other in a pleasant way. Frequency and timbre. Frequency is something like amplitude that a computer can measure. But either way, what is really related to is how fast the sound is vibrating. You see low frequency when the wave not going very fast, and high frequency wave moving very quickly. I can have a high frequency, low amplitude thing. I can have a low frequency, high amplitude sound. And the frequency and amplitude are in no way correlated to the propagation rate. So they are completely independent. It's important to say that delay effects, reverbs, compressors, expanders, gates, limiters, they don't really relate directly to frequency very much. What they are more related to is timbre, and timbre is the collection of sound in multiple frequencies. Recording this lesson was very productive. I used PowerPoint and needed to write a script. I was able to use Windows Live Movie Maker to make a video, and recording and editing fairly easy. I got an audio recording by PC mic. I like to make the audio recording better. What do you think of the video and audio recording? Thank you for watching.